Oh, I almost forgot to do this today. I got distracted this morning. But we've got a very hard puzzle, number 419. Another one by 700 KPC, making so many puzzles. Let's just start with filling up the middles here. And that leaves just a whole bunch of ones on there. Is everything working as it should? Is my microphone up? My microphone is not all the way up. There we go. Um, Oops, he accidentally saw my social media feed, but whatever. I do not care. Alright, well, looks like there's 4 in here. Or wait, 3 that needs to be lit up by one of these 4. 3 that need to be lit up by one of these 4. And then 3 that need to be lit up by one of these 6. Um, Miss those. Let's just eliminate all the identical blocks. Let's go down here. This one here. That's all about all the ones I see. Let's see, corner eliminations here. And here. Is this symmetrical? No, it's not. Okay. So if we were to have like 3 in the middle here, there would still be enough room for another light. Just because the little nubs on the inside. Let's see, if there were like 3 of them all on one side, and then this were to go here, there would be nothing to light these 3 up. So I can't like all be on one side. But I think if it's all but one, so let's say it's these 3, then we have one here, and then we would have one in one of these 2. No, there would be nothing to light these 3 up still. So it looks like we're gonna have to have like only 2 on the inside in here, and there's 8 of these, so there's probably going to be 6 on the outsides. So at most 2 on the insides here, I think. Could we have less? I don't know. Yeah, we could. So it can't be both these 2, so we know it's one of these 2. And because there's this 2 here that having both these would block off. Same goes over here because there's 2 here. So, and I know there can't be more than 2 on the inside, I think, is what I proved. So that means not here, here, and not here or here. That's interesting. I've never seen a puzzle make you do that before. This is a really original one. 700 KPC can do that. Oh, and that means we know where some of these go, because there's only 2 options. And then we know it's this one, and we know it's that one, as to not make these 2 conflict. Oh, and I think the logic that I applied on the inside here now can be applied to each side on the outsides. Let's see, a couple corner eliminations here. One here. One there. Not seeing anything. Wait, corner elimination here. Let's see. If this were to go here, then this would be x'd off, this would be x'd off. And then this would have to be lit up by like one of these two, I think. I don't see how that wouldn't work. I thought I did for a second, but I guess not. Do we have any more identical? No, we don't have any more identical circumstances, I don't think. If we had like two blanks next to each other, or two blanks in the same column, or like, you see how two blanks right here next to each other, if there were another one of those, I could eliminate in between for that. But there's not. There's only one per side. Is this rotationally symmetrical? No, it's not. Because I checked for like mirror symmetry earlier. I mean, geometrically it is, but not with the numbers and smileys. So if this were to go here, this would have to go here, I think. Then something I'd have to light that up. Let's see, I might have to count columns and rows again compared to lights, because that's strategy I came up with like for very hard akari like last June when they did like a couple that were just giant grids, and there were like more squares that had to be lit up, that there had to be more lights than there were rows and columns. So I came up with the strategy for doing that, so let me see if that'll work here. So on this side there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns that need to be lit up. Except plus or minus 2, because these might be filled up from over here. I bet you there's going to be 1 and 1, but still. So let's just say it's going to be 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here as well. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to 6, and 4 to 6 over here. Which means so if these two were to be lit up on the outsides here. That would mean there would be 4 rows and columns for 5 lights, I think. Oh wait, but we also have to count in there's going to be 1 of each here. In these, because there's only going to be 2 on the insides here, so that way all these X's can be lit up. Because there has to be a light here, here, and then a light here, here. Or in this column and 1 in this column. Yeah, so let's say just to prove that, let's say both of these rows are lit up from somewhere on this side, and then would that be doable? No, it wouldn't, because these two would conflict directly, because if I were to put a light here, there would be nothing to light this up, and if I were to put a light here, there would be nothing to light this up. So we can eliminate all of these, and that leaves 1 here, 1 there, and then these can be lit up by one of those 2 up. That means that one gets lit up, and then I think that means this one has to get lit up here, or I'll just save that for later just to make sure. There's 1 here, and then let's see, that's, these get X'd off, which means there has to be 1 here, and uh-oh, hang on. Let's see, so I could put it here, and then it could be one of those 2, but these should be eliminated because that would mean there's more than 1 solution, which means I probably messed up somewhere and I'm getting nervous. Let's just say this can only be lit up there, and that there. So I'll just save this for later until we realize that I've screwed up more. Real mind bender today. Let's see, if this were to go here, then nothing could light this up. If this were to go here, that could be lit up there, or it could go here. But if it were to go here, that could go there. So either works. It just can't go here. Let's see, can't go here, 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 or here, or here. Wait, no, we have a 3-way conflict. So, like, we have a 1 here that can only be lit up by one of the sides, 1 here that can only be lit up by one of the sides, 1 here that can only be lit up by one of the sides. Yeah, I must have done something wrong. Uh-oh. I don't know, maybe I'll be able to fix it without starting over. Who knows? Now I'll just start over. But I think if I pay more attention to that here, let's just take care of the basics again. Corner eliminations, corner eliminations. So let me try to reprove the things because maybe I had wrong logic. So there needs to be a light in one of these rows, and there needs to be a light in one of these rows. which means at most 2 rows can fill up, can satisfy 8 of these ones. So at least 6 have to be on this side, or have to be on the outsides. And let's see, that could mean that there's a light here, 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 except it can't. So it can't be these two, and it can't be these two, because that would break those twos. Which means it goes on the outsides of the twos, just like before. Hang on, how did I prove that, like, there was some X's here? Can't be both of these, so at least one of these has to be lit, and at least one of these has to be lit, and that uses up both of the twos. So that means not here, not here, not here, not here. Right, that's how I proved it the first time. Which means it's here, 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 and here. Now let's look at this again, because this had a more compelling argument to it. So if this goes here, this would be X'd off, and this would be blocked off, so it can't go there. And then that means these two are directly, they're like twin ones, and everything else needs to be blocked off, which means this can only go there, and then there's only one here, only one there, only one there, and then there, and that has to go there. And then on the inside here, and then there's only one here, then one here. This can only be lit up by itself as well as this one. So 2 rows are going to get eaten up by this column and this column, which leaves one row left for this, and then for these two. I think that means this has to go here as to not make confliction. I'm not sure. I seem to be doing better than the first time, though. So hang on, what was the deal with these? I think somehow I eliminated like the in-betweens. Did I have one more lit up? I think I had one more lit up that I just disabled. I don't know. I'm sure I'll find it again if I did. No, I think I only disabled 2. So let's say if it were to go here, there would be one here, there would be one here, and one here. There'd be one here and here, except that would block off the one here. So it has to be one of these two. I think it's safe to say there has to be a light here, so that way the one here can fill up this row. Okay, let's just picture it if there were to be a light that went here, and then one that went here. This and this would need to get filled up. And let's say we did that through this, and that would conflict the one here. So I can prove that it's not here. I think. Yeah. And then I already know there's going to be one here. Why am I just waiting on that? And then this is the only one that can light those up. One here. One here. And that's it. Okay, there we go. 94%, I'll take it. I know I screwed up somewhere at the start, but there we have it. Took me about 20 minutes. It didn't feel quite that long, honestly. Fun puzzle, real mind bender. I like it. See you tomorrow. Oh, this isn't even the hardest puzzle this week, supposedly, because tomorrow's a Sunday puzzle. All right, bye bye.